Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. You see me at my desk today, but today we don't play a game. It has actually been a while since I last did the last console cleaning video, and today I'm in the mood for that, and I'm going to open up and clean our old friend, the Super Nintendo. So, with this console, there I have to tell you one warning in advance. In my opinion, if your Super Nintendo works fine, and you just want to open it up for cosmetic reasons, don't do it. Uh, the Super Nintendo is a special case. As far as understand and what I could read online, Nintendo used a special kind of plastic for the Super Nintendo's shell, and it gets yellow like a lot of consoles do, but the Super Nintendo it gets yellow and the plastic gets actually really it breaks really easily. So if your Super Nintendo is badly yellowed, I actually don't recommend to open it up unless it doesn't work anyway. Because when you remove the screws, there is actually a high chance that the plastic will break. It's always minus. Can you see that on? It's a little bit yellow, but it's not too bad. Sorry, guys, for the little cut there. That never happened before. For some reason, my Alexa device decided to play music of all of a sudden. Okay, continue with the video. Yeah, as I said, I think I said basically everything, and I'm going to risk it today and open up my Super Nintendo to show you how to clean it. So let's do that. Okay, so now uh, our old friend, the Super Nintendo. To open it up, um, of course, this is a PAL Super Nintendo. Uh, First thing is there is the uh, this clip in here for the to the expansion port. Take that off, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. And of course, it's a Nintendo console, so you need the special screwdriver, the Game Bit, Nintendo Game Bit screwdriver. You can buy those on eBay, or you cannot buy those in hardware stores, but you can buy them on eBay and stuff, and they are very cheap. And as I said in the intro, be careful when removing the screws because of the plastic. Oh, of course, I opened up my Super Nintendo before, and it seems like the screws are a little tight. Super Nintendos are built like tanks, so it's actually pretty unlikely that, except maybe you have liquid in the cartridge port or something like that, but they are sturdy as hell. Once mine, when I was still a kid, it has to be like mid 90s or something like that. I was carrying it upstairs, and when I was on top of the stairs, suddenly I don't know, I was carrying too much, and the Super Nintendo slipped out of my hand and it crashed down the stairs. And I picked it up and was absolutely not broken, not anything. Uh, so There are some screws out. To sort the screws, I use my trusty ice cube tray again. Uh, this one is left, and this one, it seems. Come here. Okay, the one in the top corner. Okay, it fell out. Oh, we all have all 6 screws out. Turn it back around and just lift the top. We don't need the game bit anymore till later, to put it back together. And yeah, you have your Super Nintendo here. And yeah, for now, let's continue with the lid. Like always, the goal is to separate all plastic parts from all metal parts and circuit parts, so you can wash the plastic parts under the sink. You can see the inside. Can you see that on camera? Is quite yellow. So, and from now on, we just need a regular Phillips head screwdriver. So, get the screwdriver. Which size? Let's actually try this size. Should be enough. Yeah, now here in the lid, it's of course, this is the mechanism. You can, for the to start, there is a screw here right at this arm. This arm is actually, I think, it's the power button. You can see that here when I'm rocking the power button back and forth. So unscrew that. Use the next open space. There is a little white plastic piece in there, and then you can gently pull out this arm. It's just plastic, so, and yeah, then the buttons, you can, there are those plastic clamps, just push them together and down, and the button comes right out. In this case, it's the reset button. Then in the middle, the eject button. Same procedure, together and down. Wow. Eject button comes right out. And now the power button. Okay, the power button for this, we need to take out this. Okay. Now, you remember, guys, I said the thing with the plastic that's actually not that sturdy. With the Super Nintendo, only do this if your Super Nintendo is damaged. I repeat that once more, because now we need to take out this gray piece. And this is fixed with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plastic clamp things. Can you see that? I'm pushing, like the buttons, pushing them towards the middle and down. Towards the middle and down. So it's on the fingers. I think we need to push here too. course, this plastic is, but uh, 25, 30, over 30 years old. So it's no wonder I need something to push that out. There, I think a flathead screwdriver will do, just to pry a little, not too violently, of course. Yeah, this is the hard part, the lid. Okay, it's out on this side and to the back. Oh, it's almost out. Oh, this thing came off the front plate, and also don't lose the little, it's for the power LED. Okay, there we go. There is one plastic piece which doesn't want to cooperate. Can you see that here? This plastic clamp. Yeah, now we got it. And now we have just one plastic piece, this of the upper plastic piece, and I put it aside for now. Now everything that falls out, if this thing is out, it's just a plastic piece too, so off to the side. In the front was okay, I need to show you guys. Here in the front was the Super Nintendo plate which fell out. Of course, the cover of the cartridge bay with the little spring attached fell out, and also this thing. This goes around the moment. I can't. Excuse me. This goes in here. Okay. And of course, the power button slider came off. So these are all plastic parts. I put them aside, but we have more work to do. Bottom piece. Oh, I think I won't need this flat screw anymore, flathead screwdriver anymore. Yeah, now the bottom piece. You can see here the cartridge eject mechanism, cartridge port, of course. Here, this number, I did not write that. That was already there. Here's the power switch. And yeah, let's open it up. We have, let's start here actually. I think that's, oh, this should actually come right out. This is, oh wow, a spring and the eject mechanism of the, and you can pull out this metal rod here. So this is the eject mechanism of the cartridges. This thing is just plastic as well, so you can put that aside to the plastic pieces and don't lose the spring and the metal rod. Okay. Then we have let's start with the screws beside the power switch. 1, 2. Now it's basically remove every screw you see. But there might be different screws in there, so keep that in mind and use your ice cube tray to separate them. First, the two brass-looking screws beside the power switch, and the power switch comes right out. Then, oh, here to the front, we have the controller board. How is that? Is that just plugged? I think that's just plugged in. Gently pull it and it comes right out. This ribbon is just plugged in here, in this white thing. Okay, let's continue. Basically now I remove those screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, on the edge of the metal shielding there. Those are the same ones as beside the power switch, so we don't need to separate those. Two in the front. Now, the first metal shielding comes right out. Put that aside too. Then we have two screws beside the cartridge ports here and here. Get those out. Those are a different color and a different size, I bet. So remember, yeah, they're different size too. Use the next area in my ice cube tray. Wow, the screw was in really tight. Then there are two silver screws back here. One is here and one is here. I think those are, get those out. They keep the metal shielding, the back metal shielding down. Come out. They are actually the same color and size as the ones beside the cartridge port, so we can use the same tray. Second one, it's kind of hard to reach. Maybe it's just enough space, so I don't need an extension for the screwdriver. And then let's see. No, it's still. Okay. There is one more brass screw here, which holds down the motherboard. That out. Different size again. Now the whole motherboard comes out. Oh, there are giant chunks of dust flying out of it. Oh wow, can you see that? That's really disgusting. Some kind of bug died in there. Okay, that's actually really gross. Excuse me, guys. I just realized I forget to get some paper towels. I need to make a really quick cut here. Excuse me. Hey, I'm back with some paper towels. Always keep the tools you need and the stuff you need close, and we get the damn bug out. The bug mummy. And some hair. Okay, there is actually a few things left. Two things to be exact, and I need my pliers for them. Here in the front and back here are two metal pieces. One, two, come out. Two. They're identical. Yeah, and now we just have the bottom plastic piece. There is actually one thing left, and this is the controller board. Let's see. Actually, I don't think it's necessary to disconnect. No, in my case, that's not necessary. It's not dirty at all in my case. You can see it right here. If you want to take it off, uh, there is there are no screws around that, but of course you can get the power board off of the plastic piece, and it's almost like with the lids. Okay, can you see that? There are four, one, two, three, four. Uh, Also one of those plastic clamps, so you can push them together, and then down, and the controller board comes out off of the plastic, and you can clean that if that's necessary for you. So, for now, collect all the plastic pieces. We had the bottom piece, the lid, this thing, the extension port lid, and this thing, the buttons, eject button and reset button. We have the power button, the Super Nintendo plate, the cover of the cartridge port, this little thing that belongs to the power slider, and this thing of the eject mechanism. Actually, a lot of plastic parts in the Super Nintendo. And now my recommendation is go to the sink. Be careful that you don't lose the little parts in the sink, of course. Uh, Wash them with soapy water. You can use brushes. You can use, old toothbrushes, just to get with soapy water, just to get the plastic nice and clean. And then, of course, I can't say this enough. Don't put the console back together when it's still wet. When you have washed those pieces under the sink, put them aside, put them on a towel beneath, near a oven, don't know, on just room temperature. Let it sit there for at least a day. You can use paper towels, of course, to accelerate the process, but make sure the parts are really complete, dry, no moisture at all when you put them back together. In pieces like this, there can still be water in there, which can be quite hard to get out. But yeah, No moisture at all before you put the console back together. No, the electronic part. It's just for the Super Nintendo, we didn't separate this thing, so it's actually just the motherboard. Let's see here. Oh, we actually should separate this last metal shielding. There are a lot of screws there. Okay, let's try to get off the last metal shielding. There is one screw here. You need to turn it around. One brass colored screw here and two on the outside. There are a total of 5 screws here, but let's just undo the outer ones. This is really sturdy. This one is really... Maybe I've never took this off so far. And you see that? It's a different type of screw. It has uh, something around it. Can't really describe it. And the last one here. Let's see if this is enough to get the metal shielding off. Somewhere it's still fixed. There is a screw here. Maybe this is the one that's holding the thing down. Remove that one. It's again another one, and it has a little disc around it. Yeah, but this was the problem. So now the last metal piece comes off. Now my motherboard doesn't look dirty at all. There is 2 more screws down here, and that's to get this piece off, I guess. You can see, can you see it? It's not dirty at all. No problems there. I don't have problems with my Super Nintendo. This is again with like with the controller ports. If you get those 2 screws out, you can remove the last plastic piece back here and wash it under the sink as well. So, but in my case, this is not necessary. Now, with the motherboard, like always, you can use... I don't recommend to blow on it because your breath is too moist for electronics. Oh, it says 1992 Nintendo. Old piece of tech. Yeah, so I recommend... I have my trusty blimp here that I used in a lot of videos. It looks kind of silly, but this was sold, I think, as photo equipment. You can push it together like a dog's toy or something like that. But because of the long tip, it really gets actually a quite powerful stream of air out of it. And that's really great for, yeah, for if you don't have, you know, real professional tools that cost a lot of money. This is actually a really nice alternative. Blow in the cartridge port. There, yeah, some chunks of dust came off, but overall, this thing is in pretty good shape. Yeah, loaded. this thing as well. And the controller ports. Okay. If you have, like you say, you have a, no, don't know, some kind of liquid here or just dirt that won't come off with compressed air, I actually recommend to use Q-tips and just dip them. You don't want too much moisture, but a little dip into, I always like to use a window cleaning solution because window cleaning solution actually dries up really, really fast. And yeah, if you have problems, you can, I don't recommend to directly on the contacts of the chips, but if you have dirt around the board, you can see I do actually. Let's put some solution on it. And just go a little around the edges of the board. In my case, this is, yeah. Of course, you want the power switch to be clean and to be clicky and functional. And yeah, this is actually the cleaning of the motherboard. The metal pieces, this is just metal. You can wash them under the sink as well if necessary. Yeah, that's it for now to clean the Super Nintendo. The cartridge port is important, of course, but I'll clean that a little bit later. Actually, on halfway during reassemble. So yeah, now time cut, guys. Make absolutely sure, as I said, but you can't address this enough. Plastic needs to be completely dry. Then you can start reassembling it. Put the motherboard aside for now. And of course, we start with, oh, this is the lid. Oh, let's actually start with the lid because why not? The first thing is the Super Nintendo shield. It goes in the front in here, like this. Falls right into place. There is actually one thing I need to. Don't forget that there is a little silicone transparent thing that goes. Okay, I just need to show you guys. Okay, can you see it? It goes here where the power LED is, and it sits right into place. And when I insert the Super Nintendo thing now the power LED looks normal. Then the power slider. The power slider, just put it in. Can you see it? It falls right into place. Oh wow. Just fits one way. And there is, where's the little part? Oh, here it is. It has, this little part has two knobs on the back, and those two knobs actually need to go in the two holes there, so there is not much that can go wrong. And you can see it, it looks like it should be. Then the lid of the cartridge port. Oh wow. Yeah, this stuff happens. Sorry, guys. There we go. I think I can. I would just needed to think for a second there if I already is can put this thing on, and I think yes I can. Okay. This is a little tricky because it's a little tricky, like lids always are. Because of course you need to put it in from the top, and the spring needs to be here. So fell out again. I recommend 2 sets of hands. Is it? Okay. Gently push it down. Oh, I made a mistake, guys. Oh no, I made a mistake. Yeah, this is what happens. What can happen. This is also why I won't cut those mistakes, you know. It just can happen. The mistake I made is you need to, when you're putting this in, there the clamps on the bottom, the front ones are actually a little different than the ones on the side and on the back. So you need to, I started putting the clamps in the back, but you actually need to start putting them in the front. That's the mistake I made. Lids are always tricky. And actually, this one is one of the easier ones. Now the clamp is the wrong spot again. Now I've got it. Gently push it down. You need to use a little force here. It's not possible. Power button works. The lid. Okay, so everything is in place now here. Everything looks normal. The one thing that is left is pushing the buttons in. This should be easy. The eject button. Just push it in from the top. Also use a little force. Oh, come on. And it's in. And the reset button. And it's in. Okay, the lid is back together. Doesn't fall apart anymore. Now we go to the bottom piece. Get all those things out of the way. Okay, do you remember the first thing? Where's my pliers here? The first thing that we need to insert are those two, not the motherboards, but those two metal things here in the back and here in the front. Okay, and now the motherboard comes in. It should just sink into place. It only fits one way. So I'm stupid. Motherboard back out again. Of course, we need to attach the metal shielding again. We took off. It also sinks right into place. Do you remember there was a screw on this side? And this is the one with which we start. It was the screw that had a little metal disc around it. Some people would cut the, if I make a mistake, a little one, some people or most people cut those out of their videos. I don't, because I think, you know, I'm no professional either. I do this just for a hobby. So, and everybody can make a mistake. So, and my viewers should see that making mistakes is okay, and you can correct them. So now for the bottom piece here, there were three screws with another kind of metal disc around them. Can you see it? Those are the three screws we took out here on the edge of the motherboard. 2 and 3. Now the metal shielding is in place again, and now we can insert it into the shell. Then right away I insert the controller board. It's hard to describe. It slides into place here. You can align it by looking at the front of the console. And this ribbon, it's actually better to insert the ribbon first. This ribbon goes into this white port. It's just a plug, so just push it in, but be a little gentle. But yeah, it's in. And now align it, and it's in place. Then I have one single screw here. This was the one back here. I Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those silver screws. They all have the same size. One was back here beside the ports. And two beside the cartridge slot. Those were the silver ones as well. Okay. I think I made a mistake again. Back here. Come on. I have another silver screw left, and this one goes back here. Oh, come on. So use both hands there. Is it in? Yes, it is. Okay. The one back here is a little, a little troublemaker, but it's in. Okay. Then what's next? The upper metal shielding. Sinks right into place. And we have a lot of screws which go all around the board here. Here. Let's see. One here. Actually, now it's a little strange to me that get this in 1 second. Need to disconnect this once more. Okay, can you see what I did? It felt, I don't know how it was before, to be honest, but it felt a little strange to me that the metal shielding goes over this ribbon and squeezing it down. So I disconnected it again, put the metal shielding in first, and now I connected the ribbon again. And now we use the brass colored screws to fix everything. One, two, three, one at the front here. Then the two screws beside the power switch. There is one screw hole left. I almost forgot. Here in the back. Okay, don't have any screws left. Everything back together. And it also holds in place. Then we need to insert the eject mechanism. This thing. It goes like... Is it... No, like this. Just one moment, guys. Where is the metal rod thing? Here it is. I need to pull this through. And we also need the spring. This can't be right. There we go, like that. But now the spring isn't in. Now that we have to wait. Oh, come on. Does this work? As I said, it's the same with the lid springs and stuff. Always are a little tricky. Oh, not a whole metal bars out. Hmm. Something's not right. Um, needs to be. I hate the springs. Okay, guys, I need to look at that up myself real quick. This is just how it goes. The spring can go in four different directions, and can go like this, or this way, or that way, and Yeah, I need to look that up real quick. But uh, in the meantime, I'll show you guys how I cleaned my cartridge port. So there are a lot of methods out there. I don't have a professional cleaning kit or something like that. Uh, I just use a cartridge, a real cartridge, a real game that's not that's broken or not worth much to me. Maybe a cheap sports title or something like that. Again, with a Q-tip, you put some cleaning solution on the circuits of the cartridge and just insert it a couple of times into the cartridge port. Then use the clean side of the Q-tip to clean it off and repeat the same process till your cartridge port is nice and clean. So yeah, sorry guys, I need to make a little cut here. Okay, guys, sorry about the little cut here. It's actually not that difficult. There are consoles where it is way more stupid to get those feathers aligned, those springs aligned. You just have to look closely. You always have to remember those consoles are put together by just normal factory workers, not some kind of electronic experts. So every piece has to basically just fits one way. Can you see here? There is a little gap here in the plastic. One piece of the spring needs to go in there, and of course it needs to apply pressure for the eject mechanism to work. And there is the other end of the spring goes into this tiny hole down here. And if you manage to do that, so spring in, one end, as I said, in here. And now you just have to align it carefully. Put the spring into the tiny hole first, then pull out the metal bar a little bit, and then just put it in. And now the eject mechanism works. Here you can see how the spring looks when it's in. Actually not that difficult, but you need a moment to figure it out. Okay, that's basically our whole Super Nintendo back together. All that's left now is a little something I forgot with the lid. It's this thing. It goes in here. Again, just fits in one place. Like so. And it is fixed with one screw, but remember guys, this screw had something special. It had this little plastic disc around it. So attach that, and now we can put that in there. Okay. Power button works. That's actually, this arm is a secure mechanism. So when the power is on, you can't remove the cartridge. That's what that is. Can you see that? Now the power is off. The arm is back, so I can remove the cartridge. Now the arm's in, and it locks the cartridge in place, just mechanically. Now the bottom piece, the top piece, put them back together. Yeah, and to the back, put the. Oh, now of course I forgot. Now we need the game bit screwdriver again, and this is not magnetic, so just put the screws in. Two more. One in. Oh, one in here, one in here. There's one left. The ice cube tray. You don't need to pry them down really hard, just so it holds back, it holds everything together. But keep in mind, if the screws aren't that tight in, then it opens up easier and there is less pressure on the fragile plastic of the Super Nintendo. This one, right? This one. Yeah, the last piece is the extension port cover lid thingy. Just click it in and it's done. Super Nintendo's back together. Power button works, eject works, reset works, and it looks quite nice. Now there is, for the outside, I want to show you if you have like a big scuff mark or something like that that won't come off under the sink, you can use stuff like this cleaning foam. It's basically some kind of very fine sandpaper with a little cleaning solution in it, and you can get those scuff marks off. But you have to be really careful with that because it will also take off logos, for example, or the Super Nintendo uh, letters here in the front. Those will also come off with the stuff, so be careful with that. And the last thing I usually do to my consoles, especially the black ones, because the black ones actually look awesome, is put a little. Um, it's called Pronto here in Europe, in Central Europe. I'm in Austria. This is basically, what is this? This is it's for cleaning surfaces, but it also brings this is a white foam, and it also brings out a nice shine to objects. So especially with black consoles, they have then really a nice shine to it, and they look like you just pulled them out of the shelf in the 90s. With white consoles, it's not so much beneficial. You can do it if you want, but also keep in mind this stuff smells. The type I have here smells like lemon. So your console then for a few months smells like lemon. If you don't mind that, uh, I like with the Nintendo 64, it looks beautiful doing that. But here on the Super Nintendo and also on the Dreamcast, I will actually not do it. If you want to, you can get this in every store, by the way. Just spray it on a paper towel, just spray a little bit on there, and then just go all around the console on all sides, of course, and bottom and front. And yeah, and then let it dry again. This stuff just dries in 10 minutes or so. And yeah, this is the conclusion of this cleaning the Super Nintendo video. Okay, guys, now we're done. This is how you clean a Super Nintendo. Just some basic rules with it. Be aware of the yellowing, if the plastic is dirty or if it's already not in that kind of great shape anymore. And the spring can be a little tricky, but just look at the holes where it's supposed to go and you're fine. You will be fine. I hope you've enjoyed the content. I hope it was informative for you. I like doing this cleaning videos, but I'm not an expert. I don't do this electronic cleaning thing every day, and certainly not for my job. So some minor errors happen to me too, but I think that's part of the charm of the video. So don't despair if you have the console back together and you have still one screw left. Just open it up again and look where you missed one. Okay, that's a wrap on this episode. Uh, Leave me a comment down below if you like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys soon. Bye.